Today I'm introducing Badger, the black and white mouse, to my group of girls. She's hit it off straight away with Crumble. I start with just an empty box with just a nice soft blanket so that it feels all snuggly, and introduce her to the girls one at a time. That's really important because a group could just be really overwhelming. Eventually she'll go into the group, but for now she's going to be getting to know them individually. Next is Houdini. Houdini tends to be a bit more feisty. She's definitely the most gregarious of all my mice, but she seems to also be getting on well with Badger straight off the bat, but they are in neutral territory at the moment. This is a gorgeous candle that was handmade for me by Neem, who is one of my subscribers, and she is the girl that reached out to me and asked if I would be able to take Badger. Says, thank you so much for taking Badger, I really appreciate it, you're a wonderful owner, Neem. Badger's cage mate had actually passed away, and so she was on her own, and so Neem felt it would be much nicer, obviously, for Badger to go to someone who had mice that she could have company with. As you can notice, I've got the box right next to the enclosure, and that's so they can each start getting used to each other's smells. So a little cute moment with Houdini cleaning herself. But Badger's starting to get a little bit more confident. Every now and then I'll pick her up if I feel like she's a bit scared and just make sure that she feels reassured. Just give her a little cuddle and a little bit of a break as well. So this process can take some time, and there's really no one fits all for a time length, but you've just got to be patient. So next, I'm holding my arm next to the actual enclosure and letting her get used to the smell and the look and the feel of the enclosure. But at this stage, I am not putting her into the enclosure. Licorice is coming up to say hi. She tends to be the most shy out of all of them. I'm now grabbing some of the hay from Badger's little house that she came with, and I'm putting that into the girls' enclosure so they can start to get used to the scent of her. So the girls are now starting to have a good smell of her scent. Obviously, if I were to just put her straight into the enclosure without any of that scent, she's in their marked territory and it would cause lots and lots of fights. So yeah, it's really important to make sure that they're each getting used to each other. This was a really cute moment because Crumble is so patient, and at this point Badger was feeling a bit scared, so I'd taken her back out of the equation, and Crumble just stayed patient, stayed friendly with her, and really helped her to just feel calm. So by the end of the introductions, she felt like she had a friend already. So Crumble definitely is just such a gorgeous natured and such a placid and friendly mouse. At this point, Badger is now starting to settle and feel a lot more confident. She wants to start to explore, so I've placed my hand into the top of the enclosure, and she decided to climb onto the roof, so I'm going to let her go for it, have a little explore. So I'm introducing Badger's little house into the enclosure. At this point, just at the top of the enclosure so that the girls can come up and start smelling it. Badger's obviously inside it, having a little bit of a rest. And the girls are getting interested and now coming to explore. And this is really good because this is Badger's territory now. And obviously the other territory is the girls' territory. So this is important. They've both got their spaces. Their scents are starting to mix together. I know that there are lots of different ways to do introductions, but I personally find this the most quickest and effective way to introduce them.